We are now recording. Okay. Hi. So,
Hi.
so that's an interesting name you have. I'm assuming that's not your birth name. uh,
Yeah. I
okay.
mean, I
As you
usually.
specified in the email, I understand it is a pseudonym.
A pseudonym. Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
actually, it's not. It's not a birth name, but
We'll go with
You said
that.
it
yeah,
was a pseudonym for anonymity, so I
Okay. No.
yeah.
No problem. Okay.
greetings
So
anonymity.
let me ask you first. Have you watched a lot of the typing session videos before?
Um, I've watched a few, but like a while back, so I don't really know what to expect, and I intentionally decided not to before the session because I don't wanna. I wanna be unprepared, like
Sure. Okay.
specifically.
Can you tell me about which grade was better for you, seventh or eighth grade, and why?
Ooh. Well, actually, it's really interesting because I switched schools from seventh to eighth grade, so there's like a clear comparison you could definitely make. And I think that depends on which school I preferred. And seventh grade was better because, yeah. So at my old school, like I was just really close with like a lot of people, and we kind of had a tight-knit friend group, and it was all chill. But then I moved to my new school in eighth grade, and oh my gosh, that was a totally different school. Like it was just a totally new like community and I didn't know anyone and it was like it was it was like a pretty stereotypical private school and my God, I hated that. Like so
How
um
how important is it to you to invest in a very comfortable bed?
oh my gosh. I mean, comfort is definitely like something that I don't know, it's one of my first priorities you could say. Like, because if I'm not comfortable, like I don't
Sure.
know,
How
like I'm
often do
all
you change your sheets?
Yeah. Do you wash your sheets a lot?
no.
Yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. So, can you tell me if you were tasked with mowing the lawn? Can you break that down into 8 steps exactly?
I've never mowed a lawn before. I've never done that. I really have no idea. Like, I don't know. I assume like you have some sort of machine for it and then like,
Okay.
I don't want to
How
sound stupid. I need to
how
stop
about
talking about this.
how about
Sorry.
Sorry, I got disconnected.
eight steps exactly to walking a dog?
Uh, I don't know. I've never done that either, but let's just pretend. So let's pretend I have a dog.
Okay, let's.
Um, you know, and like I assume I don't know how like the leash stuff works. So if you see, I'm inexperienced, but
Okay. Would you be likely to ask somebody for advice about how to do this?
I I have to, yeah. Like if I don't know what to do, like it's kind of a bad habit of mine, but like the first thing I tend to do is like sometimes like I know like I should, search things up first, but sometimes I forget to do that.
Okay. If I were to ask you the question about whether you'd like to judge or participate in a contest, and the contest is to write 5 short poems in 20 minutes. Um, Number one question
Ooh.
is, which would you rather do? Would you rather write the 5 short poems in 20 minutes, be part of the competitors, or would you rather be a judge saying which of the competitors won? That's the first question.
Mm, okay, I mean, I gotta say I'm biased because I love poetry and it's something that I want to actually get more involved in. So, I mean, participating in competitions would definitely be like something I kind of already am thinking of doing. So, it would be great to have that experience.
Okay,
And
the second question is, which do you think you'd be better at, judging or competing?
also competing because I feel like I don't have enough actual like experience with like um poetry and the poetry world and like how poetry like works in a technical sense to like have to be able to be a good judge.
Okay.
So,
One last
first,
question before I let you go, Isaiah, which is,
okay.
what do you think I'm asking those questions for? What do you think I'm trying to uh, gain information about? You don't know?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't know the question was directed at me. I thought it was directed at Isaiah. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's directed at you. Why do you think I'm asking those questions? What do you think I'm trying to get at? Do you have any idea?
Mm, yeah. Uh, Sorry, I'm just like trying to recall exactly what you asked. So, obviously, you're saying, would you prefer to judge or participate?
And poetry thing.
Poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what you'd be better at. So what do you
Yeah.
think I'm trying to distinguish between their cognitive function wise?
Mm, yeah.
It's fine if you don't know or if you're wrong or what. I'm just trying to get a sense of well your mental processes, I guess.
I don't know. Like I haven't studied like I haven't really been into like
That's fine.
studying the
That's
cognitive
fine.
functions in a long time. So, I've kind of gone and like in and out of
Cool.
that, I guess. But I've always been like casually interested. So I feel like
Isaiah, you had a
I don't really
question?
know.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. First of all, would you say that you're a really opinionated person? And can you tell me
Yeah.
a couple of things you have some strong opinions about?
Well, this is really interesting. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of opinions that would be considered like unpopular. Um, and I think I think my strongest opinions are typically tied to like um certain specific fields of I don't want to say expertise because I don't really feel like I'm an expert on anything, but things that I'm like, very experienced in. So I don't know how well they like
What can you give us an example of one strong opinion you have?
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah. So I guess I'll say like more of a general strong opinion I have, which is um that like it's like I'm trying to find like the best way to explain. So, I think as long as like you're not, I guess, hurting anyone else or you're not um yeah, as long as like nobody else is, being hurt and it's all like consensual that it's okay to like love whoever and as many like people and like any kind of relationship is okay as long as like it's consensual. Um like I guess that's one personal thing that I
Even homosexual relationships?
yeah, just like anything.
Appalling. Who here is shocked and appalled at the notion that homosexual relationships are okay?
How dare I?
Okay, cool. So, um, what what
Um.
what are you likely to do if you're in a coffee shop and you're sitting at the
Hmm.
counter, you're having breakfast, scrambled eggs, you're having coffee, and the guy next to you starts talking about the problem with America is the homosexual. Now, the homosexual is responsible for so much uh, debauchery and bad tempered, ill favored badness that we should blame them for everything. Now, are you gonna say something, or are you? And then his friend's like, "Yeah, you're right about that, Jed. It's those darn homosexuals. They and their foolish, same-sex loving ways. We should condemn them all. Let's author together a flyer we can pass out explaining what's wrong with them."
Nah, I just ignore them.
You just ignore them.
Yeah.
What if they say, "This girl over here, she agrees with us, right, girl?" And they turn to you.
I would like I would try to find some way to roast them and be like, Buddy, get out of my face, okay? No. Honey, no.
Did you call me honey? That's what he'd say in response. Okay, let's see. So if you were tasked with one of the two things, somebody has a broken fence that needs repair, or somebody needs someone to host a dinner party, which would you rather do? Uh-oh. My kitty's... Sounds like my kitty's getting into a fight. Give me 1 second to break up the cat fight.
Okay, no worries.
Flashlight here. What's going on here, kitty? Hey, kitty cat.
Yeah.
Kitty cat's at?
Yeah, the question was like, if you're tasked with either like repairing a broken fence or someone asks you to like host a dinner party, which one would you rather?
Everything cool?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so both seem like a lot of work. I don't really think for me there's like a clear answer because both of them seem like things that I would be absolutely awful at.
Okay, so what if you were maybe not like hosting a dinner party.
So what did we decide? Are you Martha Stewart or Bob the Builder?
That's a reference I don't get, but that's okay.
Are you dinner party or broken fence?
I see what you mean. Okay, never mind. I was just my brain didn't click for a second there. So yeah, sorry about that, but yeah. Okay. Let me try to work out what the lesser of two evils is here. How broken is the broken fence?
Well, you got to replace a couple of slats, and the gate latch is also broken.
Well, to remove that as a factor, would you rather be a professional dinner party host or a professional fence maker so that that's
Fence
not
fixer.
a factor?
Fence fixer.
Fence fixer, sorry, yeah. So that you're going to have a variety of shit all the time. It's a lot more weight, too. You got to do it for a while.
There are exactly two job choices available to you in life. Dinner party host and fence fixer.
Okay, I think
obviously.
I think the lesser of two evils here would probably be fence fixing, I think, because yeah, I the thing about dinner parties is like while that seems much more interesting, it's also like a lot like it also seems like more work, I guess. Like and like cuz fence fixing is just kind of like sorry, go ahead.
How do you feel about schmoozing with guests and stuff? Making sure everybody's attended to is happy and having a good time.
I mean, I'd probably feel like really self-conscious about whether I'm, about just interacting with a lot of people that I don't really know,
Can you give me some examples of some either TV shows, movies, songs, or whatever that you like that I'd be familiar with?
Okay. So I'm much more of like a music person than anything else. So I guess that's kind of where I could speak. And the thing is, like, I don't really know like a lot of songs by name. I tend to categorize them more by like, genres and styles and like just sounds. So and I have a pretty like varied taste in music, I'd say. So I'm into like a lot of stuff.
Do you find yourself coming back to songs over and over and over again, or do you branch off and try and find new music all the time?
Yeah, I mean, like, I tend to have like phases and stuff where I'm into like a certain kind of music, and then I kind of get at it. That kind of gets a little boring for me. So it goes in phases, and I'm because of that
So that's why that you do come back to stuff.
I do, yeah, like, but
Okay, let's try this test. It's the old last couple of hours test. So here's the
Oh,
last like 4 or 5 hours for me. Okay. So first, my client calls me and they're like, "I want you to do this and this and this with my kids this weekend," and I'm like, "God damn it, it's sleepy week. I don't really want to do anything." And then they're like, "Well, maybe if we hook you up," and I'm like, "Okay, fine." And then I drove over there and they hooked me up, and then I came back. I did a debate with my client, and then and then you guys came in like first Isaiah came in and said come back in like 5 minutes, and you came in and said like come back in like 5 minutes, and then I told my client like I got to go right at 9, and he was understanding, and then we started this, and now we're here. Can you do that for your last 4 or 5 hours? A series of sequential little events that you did.
okay, so okay, first of all, I have to do math. So, okay, we're gonna go to so right now it's like 12:20 a.m. my time. So now we're gonna go to 8:20 p.m. So let's try to remember what I did then. I was actually mostly just hanging out in my room. So I mean, nothing I did was super interesting actually, but
That's fine. I'm looking for a sequential set of very inconsequential, not interesting things that you did. Like first I picked up a
okay.
hairbrush and brushed my hair, and then I put it down. Boring stuff like that.
All right. First, let me just I'm gonna try to make this as non-interesting as possible. Okay. So first, I okay. Hold on. I know I was okay. I know something. I know I was on like Twitch a lot, just like watching people I knew. Oh yeah. Okay. So there was like this friend that um he was streaming some games and I was watching him play, and then I forgot if I ate during this time or not.
What games was he playing?
Chess.
I see. Um,
Um
do you remember what you had for breakfast?
I didn't have breakfast. I ate one thing today. I do not have a regular eating schedule. I actually haven't eaten breakfast in like, would I say
What's the
years?
one thing you've eaten today?
Homemade queso and chips.
That's not real food, you know.
I'm well aware.
Okay. Um, interestinger and interestinger,
That sure cleared up a lot.
or it also sort of created some interesting confusion in some ways. Okay, well, let's see. Uh,
I
what
think it.
which would you rather do? Give a speech that you had a chance to write it out ahead of time, um, or be taught in to teach a class of elementary school students about a subject you know well, but without any time to prepare.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I I do a lot of like I do a lot of streaming things actually, so I tend to already, do, just kind of speak about stuff without prior preparation, but for an official like event where I'm expect for like a, you know, something more like formal or official, like I mean, because for me, like personally, I feel like I could do that. Like I wouldn't be uncomfortable doing that if it was just like more casual, which is kind of tends to be what I already do a lot. But for a more formal or official event, I'd rather like
Prepare
have
more.
time to
Okay,
prepare.
I see. So when you're streaming games.
Yeah,
And what games do you stream?
like chess and speed typing. I streamed that once.
Speed
Uh,
speed typing, huh?
and I don't know if I remember any others.
I see. And uh, you stream on Twitch?
Mhm.
Have you been doing that for a while?
Like almost the past year or so, yeah.
Do you have a decent sized audience?
It's like not really, really big, but I definitely haven't I have a community, and
Okay. What sort of? I mean, to the extent that you get interactions within that community that bother you, what kind of interactions are they that bother you?
I've my chat's been pretty awesome. Um, and I haven't really had like a lot of bad experiences. So I guess one kind of bad experience was, I guess, sort of the most recent one that comes to mind is I was talking to, ooh, okay, actually, I think this is the one that bothers me. Sorry, I cannot speak properly. This is the one that bothers me most. Uh, when people, and not too many people have done this, but I think like when anyone tries to uh say or um imply that I'm not playing fairly or honestly, because like I take fair play very, very, very seriously. Um
How can you cheat at chess?
yeah, there are like chess engines out there, and like they exist and people have used them.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So interesting. So, and what happens when people accuse you of that? Do you try to provide proof that in fact you are not doing that, or do you respond, or do you how do you what do you do?
I tend to just like have a nervous breakdown and then like cry to somebody my cry to like one of my close friends.
So you don't hammer them, you don't slam them. Hey, fuck you!
No.
Hey,
No.
I'm playing chess
I
here, motherfucker.
I might, but like I have to like, talk to someone else about it first.
I see. Um, so most people are nice that engage with you. I see.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And are you pretty good at chess?
Um, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Obviously, if people are accusing you of cheating, you must be pretty good.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's fair to say I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Um, so slight change of subject. Did you come here with a specific type that you thought you were?
Without telling us what it is.
Yeah, don't tell us what it is.
Hmm. Okay, did not come here with a specific type I thought it was, but I'm there. There's a specific, I guess, function that I suspect might affect I might be suffering from.
Okay.
I suspect that I have very unhealthy TE. That's what I suspect.
Okay. Can you explain your mental process as you're playing a game of chess? Like, how do you see the board, and how do you evaluate what you should do?
I can't explain my mental process. It's
Okay.
like almost all
You
subconscious.
just know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes I have to like sort of calculate things, but like the way I determine my moves for the most part is very, very subconscious.
So you don't go, well, if I get his bishop with my horse, then he's gonna kill my horse with his castle, and then I'll get his castle with my pawn, and then I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
I do that, but so the I do that, but as for in the sense that I come up with the moves that I'm calculating, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Um, because there's the calculation part, which is they do this, then that, then I do this, then they do this, then I do this, and then I don't know, I guess I'm a little bit better there. Um, but then there's also, but before you even get around to calculating those, you have to come up with the moves that you're trying to calculate for both sides. And yeah, that's the part that's subconscious for me.
I see. Um. Okay. So, what gives you more? What gives you the most satisfaction in life? Uh, the beginning, the middle, or the completion of something?
Okay. Like, for me, it's gotta be the completion because, if it's just the beginning, well, actually, I suppose that's not, like, universal for everything, actually. There are exceptions. I don't know if you want me to explain those as well, but, yeah. Just,
All right,
some,
let me ask you some TI questions. Who's your uncle's only brother in relation to you?
this is my own, what?
Wait, let me rephrase that. Um, your mother's an only child. Who is
Mhm.
your uncle's only brother in relation to you?
I don't even know what the family names are. I don't even know, like, all the names for family
You
members.
don't know what an uncle is?
I don't know what, like, the relationship is. Like, I do not
Okay.
know
All right. Let me
off the
ask you a
top of
different
my
kind
head.
of question. Let me ask you a different kind of question.
Sorry.
If all napkins clean spills, and some things that clean spills are sponges, can we conclude that some napkins are sponges?
Wait, for
All
some
na-
reason I had trouble remembering the
all
question. I'm
napkins.
sorry.
All napkins clean spills, and some things that clean spills are sponges. Can we conclude that some napkins are sponges?
Okay, this would be so much better if I actually write down the questions.
Okay, that's fine. Let's try
I
a
need to
different.
write it down to remember
Let's
it.
try a different kind
Hold
of
on.
question. Okay, let's try a
Should
different
I
kind of
get a
question.
notebook?
Sure, if you
Maybe I
want
should
to,
get a
that's fine.
notebook.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'm getting a notebook.
Okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
You are an interesting person.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Man.
I mean, I think we figure out. I think we both know what the polar is, but the question is,
Right.
yeah, right? I mean, it seems like one, except for the
I
chess
just
thing,
had a sort
right?
of revelation about it. I was thinking one thing that just changed my mind, and I'm considering something else now.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. All right,
It's
so
it's not far off from that one, but
um, all right, so how about this? Only people from Iceland like cheese, and Isaiah is from Iceland. Can we conclude that Isaiah likes cheese? Only people from Iceland like cheese. Isaiah is from Iceland. Can we conclude necessarily that he likes cheese?
Okay, so I'm finishing writing it. Only people from Iceland like cheese. Isaiah's from Iceland, and people from
And
Iceland.
therefore, can we conclude that Isaiah likes cheese?
Oh, sorry, and Isaiah likes cheese.
Can we conclude that?
Does Isaiah like cheese? I feel like I'm at school again. All right.
Have you ever played poker?
No.
No.
Sorry, I think my brain is dead right
That's
now.
fine. Don't
But
worry
I will.
about it. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. We've got all the information we need about that. I think. Um,
I probably embarrassed myself so bad.
no, you didn't. It's.
you're good.
Look.
There's
It's
nothing wrong with.
it's what it's
Some
like.
people just can't answer those kinds of questions.
Yeah,
It's totally
it's
fine.
unfortunate that society has linked those kind of questions. Like people don't feel necessarily embarrassed when they can't answer SI questions. So if you can't tell me what you had to eat yesterday, can you tell me what you had to eat yesterday?
I ate hot pot and something else.
Okay. Um, so in general, if you couldn't answer that question, it wouldn't necessarily embarrass you. If I were to ask you, what did you do at 6 p.m. last Thursday, very few people would be able to answer that question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people don't necessarily feel like it means much when they can't answer those kind of questions. But they feel like it means a lot more when they can't answer the TI kind of questions. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It means the same thing, okay? There's not one, it's not inherently better than the other or anything like that. But anyway, let's move on to figure out what you are, because you are a conundrum inside of an enigma, inside of a riddle, inside of a meow. So okay.
I mean, at least we got it down to 2.
I mean, okay. Okay.
We
So-
could do some any stuff.
Yeah, let's do some any stuff. So
Yeah.
let's try this.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you a word, and then I want
Okay.
you to come up with a word that rhymes with it, and then follow that up with a word that doesn't rhyme but starts with the same letter. So, for example, I'd say tree, you'd say bee, and then beach. And then I'd say each and elephant. And then you'd say relevant and right. And I'd say,
Okay.
You got it?
Got it.
Okay, so first word is street.
Street, meat, monkey.
Funky, fudge.
Oh, okay. Wait, so I have to say fudge and then.
Okay, then you rhyme with fudge, and then you say
Yeah.
the next word after that is a word that is the starting letter of the word that you use to rhyme with fudge. So you might say budge and bitch. And then I say ditch and dark. And you say
Lark, letter.
better, benign.
Does that have to strictly rhyme? I was gonna say 9.
9 rhymes well enough, sure.
Resign.
Or-
Consign.
Resign.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That I should have thought of that one. And then climb.
Okay. Okay, fine. That doesn't start with the same letter as 9. Okay.
Oh my god, I
Let
forgot.
me try a different kind of test now. I want to try the random associations test on you. Okay, this is generally considered to be, or has proved to be thus far, as I tested it out, a test of introverted intuition primarily. So I want to share the screen here so you can see them. Okay, and the goal is for you to not spend much time on any of them. If you don't get it right away, just say pass and go on to the next one. Take about 5 seconds on each one, okay? So you can see the first one, cottage Swiss cake. The word that goes with all 3 is cheese. Cottage cheese, Swiss cheese, cheesecake, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so try cream skate water. If you don't get it, say pass and then go to the next one.
Ice.
Correct. Next.
Soar.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Pass.
Pass.
Night wrist stop.
Watch. Wait. Yeah,
Duck-
okay, that was right.
Duck full dollar. Rocking wheel high.
Chair.
Dew cone bee.
Honey.
Okay, let's go down here and we're going to go to some easy mediums. You can see this, what it says right here. High district house.
Light. No, that's wrong. Ass.
Sense courtesy place.
Ass.
Worm shelf end.
Book.
Peace mind dating.
Ass.
Yeah. Flower fringe scout.
Wild? No, that didn't make sense. Okay, pass.
You can take another shot at it if you want.
Uh-oh.
All right. River note account.
Pass.
Print berry bird.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know that one.
Pie luck belly.
Hot. I, yeah, okay.
Date alley fold.
I don't know.
Opera hand dish.
Nope, I don't know that one.
Okay. How about stick maker point.
Nope.
Okay. So let's see if we can find a couple of hard ones maybe that you do know. Okay. Dust cereal fish.
No idea.
Bowl.
Oh, okay. Actually, I thought I wasn't gonna say that, but I was thinking that. So,
So
okay.
just go ahead and go with your instincts. Trust your instincts. There's no right. There's no penalty for wrong answers. Right, cat carbon. Homes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I don't know.
Oh, home seabed.
I have no idea.
Sick.
Oh.
Cross rain tie. Hmm. That's.
I think we can confidently say that my brain is dead. It's just
No, you're doing fine
I've got
on this
one.
actually. You're actually doing reasonably well
Wait,
on
can
this.
you lose it again?
You're not doing
Here.
poorly on it.
Oh yeah. Okay, I got one.
What?
Fuck founded ass.
um
Fuck founded ass.
trash. I don't know. I just
Dumb.
Dumb.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. All right. So the thing is, I want to stress that you didn't actually do badly on that. You did not badly. When I tested people who were anti-polar on it before, they really have trouble getting any of them at all. So let me try giving you a couple of inky pinky questions, and these ones they work like this. I'll tell you a clue such as hilltop water spout, and then I'll tell you inky pinky, which means the answer sounds like meow 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 meow, and the answer in this case is mountain fountain. So a mountain fountain is a hilltop water spout that's an inky pinky, which means it's a rhyming pair of words that have a certain number of syllables. Another example is roadway flesh. It's an ink pink, and the answer is street meat. Okay. All right. So let me give you one. And we'll start with something fairly straightforward. Let's see.
And erection giver, and it's a 2-2, so it's an inky pinky.
I know. I think it's a terrible clue though.
More just got it over here.
But do you know what it is? I think it's
Not a horrible clue.
I think it's a boner.
Boner donor.
A boner donor. Okay, then it's not a horrible clue. That's a good clue. If the answer were loner, then I would have said it's a bad clue. But since the answer is donor, then okay, my bad. Good clue.
Yeah.
All right, let me try a straightforward one here. A rodent domicile, and it's an ink pink. Rodent domicile, ink pink. Isaiah, you know what it is?
Mouse house.
Okay. How about a drop from a barrier? It's an ink pink. A drop from a barrier.
This is so beyond my comprehension.
Yeah, it's
You
a
said
wall.
ink pink?
Yeah, it's an ink pink. It's a wall fall.
Oh.
Okay,
This is
fine. So, all right. The question now comes back to the central topic of what is your type. So, let me ask you. Um, can you talk to me about your ambitions long term for
Mhm.
next 5 years, 10 years, whatever? Do you have clear ambitions?
Okay, so I think I'm gonna go to college, and I hope to just get involved in just things that I'm, things that I think are important and causes that I really, um, that I've, like just stuff that I've, been researching and, been putting my energy into. Like,
Do you see yourself interacting with a lot of people in the process of doing this? Do you
do I
see
do what?
yourself interacting with a lot of people in the process of fulfilling this vision?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like a lot of the stuff I want to do is like stuff that involves like, interacting with people and, just spreading, like, being involved in organizations and groups for like social causes and, also just music and chess type of stuff. And like I kind of tend to have a lot of interests as well. Like, um, I want to get into, like I said, I want to get into poetry and I also I just want to start like writing as well and also like interacting with people through like social media, like and online as well as in real life. So like yeah, I mean definitely.
What do you think about enterprises, be they corporations, businesses, schools, whatever, quote unquote, using people for their own ends um, at the expense of the good of those people? Do you think that's a regular problem in the world?
Yeah. I think it's one of the root of like the world's problems and like the it's part of the root of like global inequality and like I like I definitely have like strong opinions on this and this is something that I'm interested in like researching as well, like, the impact of these like institutions on the world. But then at the
Okay.
same time, I feel like,
Okay.
yeah,
How do you think I feel right now?
uh, like I'm probably talking too much and rambling and being
No,
stupid.
no, I'm not thinking
Sorry,
any
that
of
was
this.
off totally. That was just
How
me
do you
being
feel right now?
projecting.
How do you feel right now?
You're an ETP. You don't feel.
I do
Or
too. I feel occasionally a little bit of here and there, something. How
yeah.
do you feel right now?
Ah, okay. Yeah, I feel. I feel like this has been one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had, hands down.
Hmm.
That's not
Awesome.
really a feeling, is it? Okay. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I think I know what type you are. Um,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm sure. It's like I'm also quite confident that, uh, to the extent that people weren't able to do so, there'd be a lot of pushback on your type. If I were, so I think you're an ENFJ. What do you think, Isaiah?
I think that was TI Polar.
I mean, that's why I think I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this. But here's the
I
thing.
see.
Here's the thing.
Mhm.
If you are TI polar, then you're an ESFP, which is possible, except I, uh, I mean, you don't seem like an ESFP. You're not an ENFP because you're definitely NISE and not NESI. There's
Mhm.
no doubt about that. Now, are you SI polar? That's another kind of iffiness because you were able to provide a couple of answers about SI but we didn't really. Uh,
I think she performed better on the SI test
than the
than
TI.
to. It would make more sense that she would do the skills test as she did if she were an ESFP than if she were an ENFJ, because she totally. I mean,
I'm not going to
not like
disagree
they're
with you.
amazing at it.
I'm not going to disagree with you that we have polar-like results for SI and TI, and of the two, the TI is more polar-like. I would also say that we didn't really thoroughly test either of them adequately, so let's see if we can maybe do a little bit more of that. Uh, the thing is, she seems FE, not FI to me, but I'm not a great judge of FI, so maybe I'm off on that. Ask Morridge.
What do you think of her FI? I will say that her display would be a bit of an anomaly for an ESFP.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Okay, so I mean, this is why I think I get pushback on it, is because I agree with you on the polar test that we haven't gotten anything that suggests 4-slot TI. So let's see if we can figure some TI questions out that'll be a little bit more in her wheelhouse. Okay, let's start basic. Do you have any siblings?
I do, yeah. I have a younger brother.
Okay, so who is your brother's mom in relation to you?
Also, my mom.
Right, okay. So who is your brother's mom's husband in relation to you?
Well, I mean,
Okay,
I wouldn't say.
Okay, well, actually, this is a difficult question. Let's pretend that. Okay, let's pretend that we're talking about not you, but somebody like you whose name is Lillian, and Lillian has a brother, and Lillian has two parents, a mother and a father, and they are still
Okay.
together, and they are both responsible for both children. In other words, there are no stepchildren, no half children. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now, who is Lillian's brother's mother's husband in relation to Lillian?
Oh, so that would be Lillian's dad.
Correct. Okay. So who is Lillian's grandfather's wife in relation to Lillian?
I mean, can't you have like multiple grandfathers though?
Well, her paternal grandfather's wife,
Yeah.
who's not Mormon. Who is Lillian's father's father's wife? Lillian's father's wife in relation to Lillian.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
I don't know if that would count as like. I don't know the technicalities like without.
It's her
without getting-
grandmother. Okay.
Grandmother. Okay.
Now let me try some SI questions here. Okay, can you describe a time when you expected one of your friends to behave like Mia, but they didn't behave like Mia, and you were disappointed? For example, one time my friend Judy and I were supposed to meet at the restaurant, and I assumed that Judy was going to bring her half of this birthday present we agreed to. I was going to bring the fluted champagne glasses, and she was going to bring the bottle of champagne. It was going to be a together gift, and it was going to be like, now we pour champagne for everybody, it's going to be great. But I showed up with the fluted champagne glasses, and she came and she said, I'm so sorry, I was running late, I didn't get the champagne. And I'm like, I was really nice about it, but I was secretly, I was like, fuck you, because, I went to all the trouble to set this up, and you didn't fulfill your half of it. Can you tell me a specific story like that where somebody didn't fulfill your expectations as that you had going into the experience?
I have no expectations. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty. I don't think I've had any like situations where I've been like super super disappointed about those things because like I never
Okay,
thought
how about a time when you were pleasantly surprised when you went someplace and somebody was like, and I went there and Julie said, "Hey, I got something for you," and I opened it and it was a bow tie, and that was exactly what I wanted. And I was just like, "Oh my God, Judy, you remembered my love of bow ties." And just tell me a story like that from your past.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, I've definitely like had a lot of experiences where like I I'm so bad at telling stories. I
Okay,
am so god awful at
okay,
telling stories.
you don't do the whole example thing much. Is the thing.
I don't.
And you fished it out of her with the DI a little bit there.
I mean,
She,
it's not robust TI, but
yeah,
I think I think it's not quite polar, and I think she's an ENFJ.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I'd say
I
I would
keep
agree with
every
you
time I
there.
ask you for examples throughout this entire session, I never got any actual examples from you about anything. So that's very suggestive of SI polar. And I think if you were an ENTJ, we'd see much stronger results on the TI. Now, what's really interesting is that you are apparently quite good at chess. Good enough, in fact, that people accuse you of using a chess engine to cheat. So this is really strange because, um, you'd expect that to be I guess you'd say more of an NTJ expertise area. But I would say this.
INFPs could do math, and if
I
yeah,
would say this.
I
It's the same
guess.
thing as an ENTP being good at sports. And you know who was an ENTP? Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. He was such an ENTP. He floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee. But mostly what he wanted to do was hold press conferences and run his mouth.
That sounds fun.
Right? As you're the world champion, you can. And he sat there and just made up rhymes the whole time. He'd be like, "I make bricks. I make bricks scared of me, 'cause I'm tough as a tree. I make dirt run away, 'cause I'm so bad." They say, Muhammad Ali, get out of his way. Like these
Yep.
are his press conferences, right? Of course he's an ENTP, but
Yeah.
the thing is, he was also a super badass athlete, right? So the point is, that's SE eighth, TI second. Okay, so you are TE eighth, NI second. So it's like the thing that you. So I think it's certainly not implausible that you be very good at chess, even though that's typically the domain of NTJs, even though you are an NFJ. Because after all, intuition is a powerful thing.
Yes, I would encourage you to use that intuition of yours and apply it to media making of some kind. I'm sure you'd succeed at it.
She is.
Oh heck
She's
yeah.
doing streaming. She's streaming her ass off. She's
Oh,
probably already
nice.
bringing in
Yeah, I forgot
billions of
about
dollars
that.
a day streaming.
Oh totally. Yeah.
Billions of dollars, you
Bi-
said?
billions of dollars a day, Isaiah.
Oh, wow.
That's the kind of money you can make being a live streamer. Trust me. That's how much I make live streaming. I literally bring in billions of dollars a day. It's
I can
remarkable.
tell. Yeah, the production quality has gotten impeccable.
Well, that's the irony. This is all the production you need to bring in billions of dollars a day. Okay, well, I'm going to end this recording now, and then I'm going to talk with you a little bit more.